Welcome back, everybody, to Greenhorn Barbecue and Beer. I'm Todd. Today we're going to show you guys how to clean a dirty Yoder Wichita Loaded Offset Smoker for the first time ever. We've never cleaned it yet, and this is a great opportunity to show you guys how we're going to clean it. For you folks that live up in the northern latitudes, you might want to clean this before you put it away for the winter. So let's get started. And if you're interested in any of these products that I used while cleaning during this video, be sure to look at the links in the description to all the cleaning products and then some that you might enjoy using on your own cleaning project. Alright, so I've pulled the smoker out on the grass where I can wash away all that dirt and grime harmlessly into my lawn. I'm going to be using a biodegradable citrus type cleaner, a pair of old gloves I don't mind destroying, nice Brillo pad. Using plastic scrub brushes. Don't want to use metal on this, except for the grates to knock down some really the tougher, more stubborn things. Nice brush to get any ash out of the firebox. Paper towels, and better smokers like this Yoder ship out with some touch-up paint. So I definitely highly recommend knocking down any rust or chip paint as it happens. Prolong the life of your smoker, keep it looking good. And then after I clean everything on the inside, I like to coat it down with a type of vegetable spray or grill spray of your choice, just to kind of protect the insides again. Okay, so I've already emptied out the firebox, and I do that after every cook because ash tends to be corrosive when you leave it in there. So I am going to pull out the fire grate. It's nice and clean. Don't really need to do anything with that, so I'm going to set it aside. I am going to give it a nice brushing out just in case, though, with this pretty nice little stiff brush that you can buy at any home improvement store. So I'm just going to give the firebox a quick brush out. Okay, if you got a little compressed air, blow it around in these warming holes here that Yoder puts in the lid. It's kind of a log warmer, and that'll help prolong the life of your smoker. Okay, once all that's done, it's time for the fun stuff. Now my top grate is already pretty clean. I used it for that charcoal comparison cook-off. I'm just going to lightly spray it down with some of the citrus cleaner. There we go. I'm going to set that aside. Okay, now I'm just going to spray down these grates a little bit. Now, if you're not familiar with citrus cleaner, it works pretty fast. This particular brand, I'm not endorsing any particular brand, but it's pretty good low-cost alternative to some of this more expensive stuff. So once I got that, it sprayed down, I'm just going to give it a little bit of licking. A little bit more. Pull these off. Side. So again, I'm using a plastic brush, kind of this long reach design. I don't necessarily want to get all the way down to the middle. There's some of that seasoning I like to preserve. There we go. I'm going to set that aside. If there's some rather large chunks, you could use a cheapo scraper to work on some of the chunks. I'm pretty good at the way I cook. I don't leave a lot behind, so I'm just going to kind of lightly douse it here. That's about all it needs. Again, set it aside. You can see here this tuning plate here that Yoder uses gets the worst of it, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to scrape it off while it's in here. So, this tuning plate gets too caked up. This is what's going to really cause your meat to taste real funky. If you had something else on here that you didn't want mixing with your food, this will change the flavor profile of that smoke, I'm sure. Okay, again, this is its first clean. I'm just going to give it a little bit of that. And I'm going to get on the channel here. It holds the shelves. A lot of chunks fall down up there. Okay, a little bit of scrubbing there. Okay, now I'm going to pull this out. You see how the end of this plate here fits up under the firebox. Hope you can see that. That's so that the flame doesn't see directly into the whatever you're cooking. I'll lift that on out. The back should be fairly clean already, but for good measure, just gonna scrape some of that off. It's really not that bad for first cook, but I'll go ahead and get the worst of it. So again, I'm going to set this one side. Now I'm going to start working all the big chunks of grease that I've been knocking off in there. This time I'm going to be using a bucket. A lot of these chunks are maybe a little bit too big to leave on the lawn. My dogs will definitely eat them. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape these off. Yeah. Real delicious looking, isn't it? Nice little dusting of the citrus cleaner. Now if you have access to a steam cleaner, knock yourself out. I don't. So I'm just going to use a garden hose. Now there's a little hole back here for your grease drain. Be sure to make sure that that's unclogged and free flowing as well. Alright, so I've moved my camera back a little bit. I don't want to get it too wet. If anything gets on the lens and goes out of focus, I apologize. But basically here now is I got a fire hose nozzle style of garden hose, and I'm just going to wash it out now. Now this would be a good time if you have a compressor and some air to blow this thing out. I don't yet. I used to have a compressor, but it broke. So anyway, for you guys that are compressorless, get yourself some rags and knock down that worst of the moisture. Okay, when you're drying it off, be careful on your temperature probes. Too much moisture gets caught in there, it'll sit. That'll be another area of rust. And also you want to just check those probes out and kind of clean them lightly, knock off the worst of the crud, keep those things working tip-top, because I know they're expensive. Okay guys, here she is, ready to take on the next season of smoking. Okay, I think the firebox came out pretty good. I gave it a light coating of that vegetable spray, cooking spray as well, just to kind of help it along, a little bit of rust prevention, and see if we can get a better shot in there. Sorry, I know it's kind of dark. I also used some of that touch-up paint on the expanded steel shelves here, as well as on the hinges. You want to preserve those as long as you can. The outside firebox door is in pretty good shape. I might touch up a little bit of the surface rust there. And again, the bottom of the door, all I did was wipe that down. And right around the handle, I did a little touch-up painting around some of the edges. around some of the edges. In fact, and I'm not going to worry about how this looks. I'm not worried at all. To me, longevity is a little bit more important now. And I don't want these handles rusting out. And a little bit on that door. Again, my smoker tends to sit a lot. I think all smokers sit a lot. If they're not cooking, they're sitting, right? So take care of them. Get that touch-up spray out. Spray it down. Okay, the smoke chamber came out really nice. Again, that top grate is already pretty clean, so I just did a little bit of that citrus spray and gave it a light dusting. And the bottom grates came out pretty good too. And you may not be able to see it, but the tuning plate underneath, I gave that a really good clean as well. Sorry. Again, a little touch-up paint on the shelf. I also hit the hinges. And I cleaned very gently the temperature probes. I keep those accurate. And on this variety of smoker, I touch up the wagon wheels as much as you can. Nobody likes rust. Rust is bad. Okay. And once all the grates were in, I gave another coating of vegetable oil. And when we cook our bone-in rib roast tonight, I'll definitely get it up to about 350 for a little while and bring it on down and then finish cooking. All right, there you go. As simple as that. If it wasn't for the filming and resetting the camera and everything like that, this would have been a whole half-hour job and some dirty laundry. Again, there's no real rule about what you should be using on the smoker. There's as many arguments about that as there is, should you wrap a brisket or shouldn't you wrap a brisket? You know, what kind of schmear do you use on ribs? You'll never get over arguments like that. Use what feels good to you. I recommend biodegradable versus chemical solvents. I recommend washing into your lawn, keeping the big chunks away from animals and pets, and just being responsible when it comes to cleaning products. So I put everything back together. I used the cooking oil to recoat everything, and I'm going to fire it up here in a couple hours with a wonderful rib roast dinner for the lovely sassy kitchen queen. So if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, share with your friends on social media, say hi down in the description. We'd love to hear from you. I want to know, how do you guys clean your smoker? And we'll be seeing you on the next one.